Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well. So today's video is going to be a makeup tutorial where I try out some products for the second time. So these are products I felt like the first time around I wasn't really feeling or weren't working well for me, but I felt like let me give it another try. You know, I don't want to completely write them off. It's not going to be a full face of products I want to give a second chance to, just some products. So some of them I'm actually gonna like. Some of them I actually like. So just to let you know, I feel like some of these products are actually like overly hyped. I'm like, there must be something I'm doing wrong, you know, but there must be something I'm not doing that I'm not getting everybody else's vibes. So I thought, like, let me try them out again and see if I can be on the same wavelength with you guys. And just because I don't like something or something doesn't work for me doesn't mean it won't work for you. So always bear that in mind when I review things, when I work with products. It might not work for me, but it might work for you. It's just my own personal take on them. So I thought, let me give them another try and see if I can, I can work with them. And if you can see some stains on my t-shirts because I'm also doing a hair tutorial, so my hair's gonna be like styled one minute and not styled the next, or vice versa. So just bear that in mind. I'm like filming like a tutorial and I have to put my makeup on in between, if that makes sense. So I usually do my makeup after I lay my frontal. So I've got like tint spray on my t-shirt. If you can see it, I can't see it like on camera, but I can see it in my mirror. So I'm not a hobo. So if you want to see how I get this look, keep on watching and let's go on with the rest of the video. So my skin has taken a turn for the worst right now. I've been hiding from the camera, but yeah, we're just gonna have to keep it moving. So the first product I'm trying out again is the Benefit Brow Contour. When I first tried this out, I honestly didn't really understand what was going on, Two shades and then like a highlighter and a definer. And I personally didn't feel I needed the highlighter and the definer. It just wasn't really working for me. I really wish I had a spoolie. It doesn't come with a spoolie, so I'm going to use a different spoolie just to brush my hairs. It's one of those like clicky pens. I'm going to start with the lighter shade and do the inner part of my brows. I tend to like extend my brow just a little bit. I didn't want that part microbladed because just in case I change my mind. In the deeper end, the deeper shade, and just drawing the rest. So my brows are microbladed if you didn't already know, so it gives me like a head start. I'm just gonna lightly fill that in. I do want to go back though. I want to go back and actually have her draw an outline. I actually want her to do what I'm doing right now with the brow pen and actually draw the outline and maybe slightly fill it into, just so that I can like, skip all the steps, because I still have to draw my brows. Despite me having my brows microbladed, I'm still drawing them, like filling them in. So I kind of want to skip that step, if possible, entirely. With the highlighter part, I found that it wasn't really easy to blend, so I literally was skipping that part. So honestly, for me, I feel like I'm only going to use 2 out of 4 of the little clicky things. So I mean, the brows look okay. I just can't use the rest of it. Still not feeling the other parts of the pen. I try to do like the highlighter part here, and I can't blend that out. So I'm just using a regular concealer just to neaten and sculpt my brows. Next thing I want to try out again is the Milk Makeup Hydrogrip Primer. Honestly, I feel like everyone's sisters, brothers, aunties, uncles, friends, flatmate loves this primer, and I don't really get it. I've used it the one time and I'm not really feeling it. I don't really know, is it really for oily skin? Gonna try it again. So happy I got the smaller version. Yeah, it feels like a gel, and you're meant to like apply it to the skin and it's meant to get like tacky. It's literally meant to grip the foundation, but for me, I don't know, I just don't see what the hype is about. What is the hype about? Have you guys actually tried it and not just swearing by an influencer or beauty influencer? Because it is literally everyone's favorite. I don't get it. Obviously, hence the name is going to have some hydrating properties to it, which I kind of don't want because I have oily skin. So I don't really know how oily skin folk actually get away with this primer. Maybe if you don't want the matte finish, then that's probably why you'd go for this primer, but honestly it wouldn't be my first choice because I'm oily AF. The foundation I'm going to be trying out again are the Boneless Way foundations. Now, my last review, I just wasn't okay with one of the shades just because of the undertone, so I was mixing. I think I had to mix something else, but I'm going to try it again. You know, and I'm gonna mix it with Mahogany. So my shade was supposed to be Spiced Rum, but the undertone wasn't working for me, so I'm gonna mix it with Mahogany. Mahogany is a little bit too orange, a little bit light, a little bit too orange for me, so I think a mixture of the two should work better. I feel like my skin tone does change, my undertone does change. I don't know, sometimes I'm like a neutral, sometimes like a neutral golden. I feel like I'm settling for a neutral golden now, any kind of warmish tone foundation. So this one was kind of reading off slightly too neutral, hint of grey, just a tiny bit. So I felt like mixing a little bit of Mahogany will definitely kind of warm up the Spice Rum. 2 parts Spice Rum, 1 part Mahogany. I feel like with this primer, you have to use a really like mattifying foundation. I wouldn't use a hydrating foundation and this primer if you want a matte look, because it's not going to give you that basically. Because the next thing I'm going to be trying out again are the Fenty Beauty concealers. My thing was they were taking too long to dry and just weren't setting very well, so I'm going to try them again and just take my time and blend and see if it works better. So just to kind of fill out or fill in some areas in my face that have been covered, I'm using 445. I'm just going to spot treat some of those areas. I felt like this concealer was giving me like kind of light to medium coverage. And obviously under my eye, I tend to do like full coverage. So we'll see. So I'm trying out these palettes again because I wasn't really getting the pigment that I wanted. So the Revolution Patricia Bright palette. And I'm going to use the Rich in Light. I've literally only tried it over one time and I want to try and make them the most and make use out of them because they are really, really pretty shades. I actually did a full tutorial, but I really didn't like how it turned out. Really, really pretty shades. This is the first palette, and then this is Rich in Color. More like colorful shades. So I'm going to try and maybe like go back in between the two. I really want to get the most out of the pigment. So I want to try these Louise bases and see if it works. If it helps with how well like the pigment comes through. Because for me, I personally haven't found Revolution palettes to be on the pigmented side. I've got so many palettes, so many different shades. They all look so beautiful, but for me they just haven't been able to work. I do want to try again in this video, so it's not because I don't like them or anything, it's just I just didn't find that they were giving me the pigmentation that I would have wanted. Oh, that was my primer. I'm gonna try the Louise Base. Let's see what 5 looks like. For me, the Louise, I feel like the Louise bases are also a hit and miss. Like 1 minute they work, 1 minute they don't. So I am really hoping. Would you blend this? I'm really hoping that they work for me because I kind of need you right now, Louise. So yeah, I feel like there's like a technique to applying these bases because sometimes for me they don't work. So from the Rich in Color palette, I'm going to take this shade Allspice, which is a matte brown. And that's gonna, ooh, okay. Okay, that's gonna go in our transition. This brush is actually, okay, so yeah, definitely helping with the pigment. I felt like when I swatched them on my hands, they were semi-pigmented, and then putting on my lids, they were just disappearing. And I was like, what is going on? So yes, the base, I feel like you definitely need a base to get the most out of these shadows. I'm gonna go in with this shade. This is Pure Soul. That's gonna go in my crease. Yeah, as you can see, this is the point where you try to like layer shades and then it disappears. So we're gonna use something else. I found that when I try to like layer, they would disappear. So I'm gonna go with my Morphe. I'm gonna try and go in the crease. Yeah, so I feel like personally for me, this might not be to everyone's taste, but I am a Morphe girl when it comes to shadows. I've just never been able to work with I haven't been able to work with Revolution palettes. Like, yeah, I'm gonna go back and apply that P. Louise and do a cut crease. I feel like the more shimmery shades work better. I'm gonna go in with Icon, just like this, like coppery, bronzy shade. I'm gonna apply that to the outer part of my lid. Gonna go back into the palette and use You Are Gold, which is, can you see this one? Putting that in the inner section of my lid. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a matte shade on top. There's this yellow matte shade. I'm gonna see if it makes a difference. I'm gonna put that on top and see if it makes it stand out just a little bit. Okay. Gonna intensify that shade with the Jackie Aina palette. AVH palette. We're using Wigglies. That kind of like bronzy shade we put there, we're gonna go over that just so that it stands out. Gonna use my Collab highlight palette. Just gonna apply a little bit to my brow bone. I've got these lashes from AliExpress. I haven't worn them for a while. After all that, I thought, look at how I feel. I feel very, very oily. I mean, let's see after we actually set our makeup. So I'm going to apply my under eye concealer. I'm going to use for 10. If I don't feel like it's light enough, I'm going to use 390. This is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filtr concealer. And my issue with this was, yeah, it wasn't drying. It was giving me more like, a hydrating, glowy feel to my skin, which I kind of didn't want for my under eye. I'm actually using a semi-damp sponge. I'm gonna need to add another layer of that because It is definitely not full coverage, so I just had to add another layer. I even used my hairdryer and it is still damp, so yeah. To me it's still, can you see the lines under my eyes? It's still looking quite glowy under my eyes. You can even see like the lines. I'm still not feeling it. I don't know, maybe I just need to just go ahead and set it, but it's just I need it to dry. I feel like this is a concealer I would use if I really wanted to use it so bad. I would have to mix it with something else, because on its own it's not going to give me the finish that I want. I'm going to set it with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Deep Peach Loose Powder. I'm going to use a dry sponge and see if that helps. I don't want to add any more like moisture or hydration to it. On my nose, I'm going to use the Sacha Buttercup because it's a little bit lighter. I tend to use a lighter one for my nose. Gives me more of a better highlight. Need to finish off the eyes. I'm just going to apply what I applied on the top to my bottom lash line. I'm still trying to decide if I want to do liner or not, but I'm going to contour. I'm going to use, this shade is 490. I hope it's actually the right shade. This is 490. Since I haven't used the Hoola Toasted in a while, I'm going to use this one. For blush, I'm going to use the Marena Beaute Chocolat. Looks like that. For the lip pencil, I'm using Morphe Vibes, actually. This is Morphe's Confess lipstick. I literally don't have any lipsticks or lip pencils or lip glosses that I don't like. So yeah, I'm using this one. And then the Morphe lip gloss in Gypsy. And then I just saw like a lip gloss I wanted to use. Looks like this. Gonna put that on top. For quick highlight, I'm going to use my highlight palette. I'm actually going to take the bronzy shade. I honestly don't need to highlight because my face does look quite glowy. But we're just going to add a little bit. Okay. And then the inner corner, again using my palette, the gold and the bronze. So this is the finished look. I hope it turns out okay. I'm like half blind, so I can't see the screen. So quick recap. The primer I feel like is a primer if you want to have kind of like that healthy glow, like that hydrated feel to your face. If you want like a dry matte finish, then I wouldn't recommend it. I don't know how I feel about it. I feel like it's overhyped. But if you do have dry skin, this probably would work for you. Before I applied my powder, I was getting quite oily. I don't know if that's the foundation's fault or the primer's fault, but I don't know if I'm a fan. I don't know if I'm a fan of it. The foundation, I will definitely try again. I'll try with different primers and everything, but I feel like it's sitting on my skin really well. The Fenty concealers, I'm not a fan. I don't know, I can still see the lines. I feel like the concealer is for a look that you want to achieve that's more natural, everyday. It honestly reminds me so much of the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. I don't know why, but it just does. I feel like it just gives me more of like a natural finish, which isn't bad. But for my under eye, because I have so much going on, you know, dark circles, the deep set under eyes, I need something that's full coverage and will actually set really quickly. I can see the line still, but it could be worse. In terms of the Revolution palette, personally for me, you do have to, you know, work with it. You do have to make sure you have a base to put underneath to make the shadows pop. Some pop more than others, so I wouldn't say the whole palette doesn't work or, you know, doesn't perform well. All the shimmery shades, the pressed powder, the pressed pigments, they all kind of work really well without anything underneath. I just spray my brush with like Fix Plus, but some of the matte shadows do need a little bit more help. So that's that for the video. I hope you liked it. I will definitely link everything that I use. Hope you like this video, hope you like this look. I want to try and be more creative with my eye looks. I know I do stick to my neutrals. Beauty by JJ was very creative with her eye looks in terms of color and stuff, but you know, it is what it is. But yeah, I will try and be a bit more. I just need to get a bit more inspiration, and you know, I will definitely do my best for that. But thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you do so. And as like always, click the bell button so you're notified when I have a new video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.